Well, let's start with what is profit first, so the listeners can understand what we're talking about. There's the book in the background there, and I've read the book as well. It's been a couple years since I read it, but be a refresher for me and maybe a first for everybody else.
So profit first is a cash flow system. It's designed for entrepreneurs by an entrepreneur. Unfortunately, most of the accounting systems are designed for tax purposes. They're designed for other purposes. They're not designed to help you to be profitable. And that's one of the struggles I think many business owners have is how do I become more profitable? And most business owners aren't spending their time doing accounting. They're not looking at their accounting software. They're looking at their bank balance. They look at their bank balance, they make decisions, and they move forward. And that's literally what Profit First is designed for. It's designed to take the habits you have today and to utilize them in an appropriate way to help you run your business. I think one of the things that Mike realized after, so I'll tell Mike's story. I mean, Mike is a serial entrepreneur. He had some companies, had the wonderful exits, walked away with a lot of money. He thought he was the smartest business guy in the world. And, a couple of years later, reality struck and all that money was gone to the point they're coming for the keys to the house and the car. And during that period, he's like, how did I get this so wrong? How did I mess this up? Like, what happened? And he realized we're all using the wrong formula for profit. Everyone's told sales minus expenses equals profit, which makes profit a leftover, an afterthought. And Mike said, we've got it wrong. It should be sales minus profit equals expenses. So we take our profits first and we constrain our spending. And the reality is for most businesses, that's the biggest problem. We spend too much money.
Yeah. So really, I guess it's a budgeting system, kind of.
It's not really a budgeting system in the sense that there's no budget per se. It's more of a constraint and a give every dollar a job system. So basically the way it works, your money comes in and we have an account where all the money comes in. This way it's easy to see how much money came in. That's our income account. And then from our income account, we allocate money to where it's appropriate. So clearly, we allocate money to profit. We allocate money to the owner's pay because most owners pay themselves last. And then we allocate money to taxes. So when tax time comes, we can stroke a check. It gets rid of all that fear and anxiety. And then what's left over is allocated to operating expenses. So now you know how much you truly have to spend on your operating expenses within your company. And you just live within that.
Yeah, okay. So it's a way to show the business owner, okay, this is the profit I want, and then this is what's left to go towards X, Y, and Z. So how does somebody go about separating those things within their business?
When you say separate, you mean?
Yeah, like, so you've got your profit. You've decided I want 10% profit, right? Let's just use that as a number. And then I've got 5% go towards, well, that's pretty low number. Let's say 25% goes towards expenses, 50% goes towards cost of goods sold. How do you allocate those in the system you're talking about?
So basically, that's exactly what you do. When the money comes in, you take the money from that income account and you put it in a separate bank account with that particular name on it. So there's a bank account for profit, a bank account for tax, a bank account for your operating, and you move the money to all of those.
Okay.